for you all. And it goes like this. When I find myself in times of trouble, Father God was there for me, playing songs of freedom, let it be. When I see those broken-hearted sinners giving in the world today, Father God is the answer, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Father God is the answer, let it be.
Good evening, I am Janine Boston, and we are here live with another episode of Ion Talent Live, a very special episode, as I have Christopher Lorenz of Lorenz Island Cuisine with me. How are you this evening?
I'm good, I'm good.
That's good. Actually, how are you this morning?
This is actually this morning,
It
right?
is. Now, we have you in today. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. We have you in today to talk about the One Heart Festival, which is the 6th annual festival coming up on September 8th.
Right.
At 661 Washington Street in Dorchester. Want to tell us a little bit about this event?
Sure. As you know, it's the 6th year we're doing this, and this year promised to be a very exciting year. We've went from about a handful of 30 people to 3,000.
Wow.
3,000 people. A lot of vendors coming out, a lot of city vendors, you know, if people want to get information about housing and health and all that different stuff.
Oh, great. So great resources.
A lot of resources
Wonderful.
coming out. And definitely good food. We have a really good restaurant out there this year, which is always there every year. Lorenz Island Cuisine, of course. So I'm very excited about it this year.
That's good.
You know.
So now you touched on a bit of the city vendors that will be there and it being a good resource. Now, is there a little bit more that's going to be going on that the people will be interested in?
Let me think. What would they be interested in? Oh, yeah. Entertainers.
The entertainers, yeah.
Right. We do have a lot of artists on stage. A matter of fact, it's at this point, I think, even yesterday we had calls from, you know, I think it's Jamaica. You know, we have some people want to, you know, they're here in town. They're here in town for another show, and they want to be on the One Heart Festival show.
Wow, that is great. That's pretty impressive.
I'll say so myself. You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's something that we need, like we were discussing, excuse me, before we came on air. The climate of Boston right now, we are having a lot of violence.
Right.
And a lot of people are trying to do their part. You know, people are being very creative about doing their part. And I think this is one of those creative ways to go about curbing the violence, you know, and just ultimately stopping it. So would you like to tell us why this event and what is the blood behind this event?
Okay, what makes this event special for me and for my family is 6 years ago we lost an uncle who was murdered too. You know, and he was a very good man. He was, you know, he's a youth minister in the church, and he was actually murdered on a Sunday coming from church. And he lived in Philadelphia, and he was, you know, they tried to rob him. Some kids tried to rob him, but he had nothing on him, no money, anything. So I guess they figured the best thing or the next best thing for them to do is to actually take his life. So they shot him and killed him. So to turn that into something positive for community here, you know, was the only right thing for us to do.
Right.
Since then, we've had friends, we've lost friends to the streets. I myself have a few people that work for me who recently had family members of theirs murdered too,
Oh, wow.
right here in Boston. So it is an epidemic,
It is,
you know,
unfortunately.
and it's something that we have to, even though it happened, we have to keep moving forward.
Right.
We can't allow that to, take our life, you know.
That's well said.
And it's, you see that we do that, lock ourselves in our house and allow these people to take the streets, or we go back out and take our streets,
Right.
knowing that the violence is there, but they're just a handful. They're a small amount, you know, compared to the people that's out there that could curve, you know, this violence that's going on. Not saying we're here to completely stop it, because it's going to take a long time.
You're right.
But we could do
You're
something
right.
for our streets, get to know our people in the streets,
Right.
get to know our neighbors, you know, get to know the business community, what have you. Come back out on the streets and let them know we're not going to stand for it.
That's right. That's very good. So it's definitely maybe one person's push, but it takes a community to continue that push. Why do you think that, I like what you said, even the business owners, why do you think that that's an important issue, that we know who our business owners are and just kind of come out and meet the community? I mean, I have ideas, you know, but why would you say that's important?
Again, let me just let you know about the people on my committee. We have Karen, who is Empress K, we call her. She has Reggae Reflections. And we have Deborah, who does Deborah's Closet. She's also the third member of our committee.
Right.
And we're business owners. We could go ahead and sell our products, you know, and take our money, walk out of the community, and not turn back. We don't have to look back at the community, but that wouldn't, you know, serve us as human beings, knowing that this community that we sell our product in, or, you know, we sell our food or what have you, need us.
Right.
You know, they look at us as, well, we're doing something right, you know, and they need help too.
That's right.
Don't just take the money out of the community, but put something back in the community.
Right.
And it's important for the people of the community to see that as business owners, we care, we understand what's going on, because we're also part of the same struggle. It might be a different struggle. Believe it or not, sometimes it's a tougher struggle as business people, because we have a lot sitting on the shoulder, you know, but in all, we're still in the same struggle.
That's right.
You know, whether it's life or death, we still have the same struggle going on.
I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate your view on that, and I think that's very important. I mean, like you said, how can we keep taking from the community, you know, and not putting anything in, you know, back in? You have to invest. You definitely have to invest, whether it be your money, whether it be your time, you know, volunteering. You have to invest into your community, and I think that's very good that you've taken that step along with Karen and Deborah also. So I commend you for that. I definitely do. You're very welcome. And I love the fact that it's something, it's not so beat over your head, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But with it being that One Heart Festival, you're just bringing everyone together, and you're bringing them together, it seems, as something that's a universal language, and we know that's music, you know? So anybody, anywhere, you know, can hear something, relate to it, or feel something from the music. Like, I don't know anyone that doesn't like music, you know? So that's definitely a good kind of pull you in and see what we're doing. And like you said, it's not going to stop overnight. We know that, but you're definitely on the right path, you know? And
that's definitely important for any community in any country, any part of the world, you know? And I think the just our logo, you know, the One Heart speaks in volume, you know. It's one heart, one mind, you know, and you know, when one heart get together, you know, we just beat as one. So that took us a couple of years to come up with, you know, that logo. So it fits it, and it's going to be there for now until eternity. I must tell you, my biggest investment in it is I have 2 sons.
Okay. Nice.
One is here in the studio with me.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
his name is Lorenz also. And
Look at him smiling. He's a gorgeous guy.
yeah, his name is Lorenz, and I also have Matthew.
Right.
And that's my life.
That's very
You know,
good.
and I do these things to show them that, you know, no matter what you do in life, know that the ground is your community.
Right.
You know that when you make it, don't forget about this community you came from, because believe it or not, one day you're going to end right back here
That's
in the
right.
community.
You're right about that. And one thing I think is very special is that you are a man and you are standing up. I want to say 3 weeks ago, I
Right.
was at the comedy show at Slade's, and Jonathan Gates
I know
had all the
Jonathan.
men, stand up and take a pledge, to do their part. So for you to be a man and a father, I think that's very important, and I think everybody needs to know that, and just tip our hats to you for that, because I tend to see it as it's a lack of the father, the lack of the father figure, even the big brother, in the good sense of the word, figure that these young people are missing. Not just the young guys, but also the girls too,
Right.
But can you tell me a little bit how you see your role as being a man of the community, but also a father, in bringing this into your business and to the festival?
Okay, I could give you a scary story, and it goes along with exactly what you're saying, being a man in your community. A couple of years ago, I was in the restaurant, Lorenz on the Cuisine,
Yes.
and I was by myself, and this young man walked in, black,
Wow.
and right then and there, I knew exactly what he came for,
Right.
and sometimes you could tell when the devil walks in,
Oh, yes.
and the devil walked in with this young man. Now, his actions, sometimes I know that something must have happened, what put him in that position, in a desperate position to do something that night. And the restaurant was his target.
Right.
And I was the only one happened to be there. And when he walked in and he looked directly at me, I actually told him, I said to him, I know what you came for. And he walked up to the counter, and I walked around to the counter, and I faced him just like we're facing each other. And he showed me the gun, and I said to him, why do you choose, this community? I said, why do you want to do that? I said, we have nothing here. We're all struggling the same way you're struggling,
Right.
And I said, I know you have the gun, but here I am behind the counter. You don't know what I have.
Right.
I said, for all you know, you don't see my hands. That gun could be in your stomach right now,
Right.
And I said, you don't know who I am, but I'm the guy who does the peace concerts in this community that you are right now. And he looked at me and he said, oh, you're the guy who threw the concert in the open lot? And I said, yes, I do this for our community. I do this for exactly what you're about to do.
Right.
Wow. And he said, I know who you are. And I said, it felt like a 10-hour conversation,
I'm sure.
but it ended when I said, could I get you something? I said, I have no money like that, and I want to go home to my family, and I'm sure you want to go home too, And all he took was food.
Wow.
I packed some food for him, and he walked out the door. I got from behind the counter. I left everything on in the restaurant. You understand?
Yeah.
And I walked out and just closed the door, left the lights on, everything.
Wow.
I went home to my family. I made it home. The point I'm trying to say is that if I wasn't a man to really talk to this kid, he could have done something that night.
That's true.
I would have probably been dead. He would have been in jail.
Right.
Or, like I said, he didn't know if I had anything. He could have been dead.
Right. You're right.
So
Wow.
just by talking and reaching out to them, we both got to go home. I didn't have no idea what it looked like
Right.
today. the point I'm trying to make is that as a man, we stand up, we talk to these kids before something happened.
That's right.
You know, because they need that. Some of them have no fathers. They have no real male role model.
You're right.
You understand? I have 2 sons. My job as a father and as a man of the community is to let them know there's a certain path you take. You could take the wrong path, and you're going to end up exactly where the wrong path take you.
You're right.
Or you could take the struggling path. And believe me, the end of the road of the struggling path is a very good one.
No,
you understand?
Right about that. Wow.
Now that young man, I wish him well. I hope that by just knowing exactly who I was, I know that he has been to the event.
Right.
And that will take him somewhere different. He didn't do what the devil sent him out to do that night.
That's right. That's right.
And that could have changed his mind that night.
You're right. You were a blessing. You were definitely blessed to be a blessing in that situation. And you're very brave. Wow.
The police,
scary.
I did report it to the police department, and they said, they're like, wow, you know, like, first they said, don't do that.
I'm sure I was going to say that, I'm sure they would have said, like, don't do that. But one thing you did is you showed him something that most, not even men, but probably adults have never showed him, and that's respect.
Right.
And that's one of the most vital elements also in this, you know what I'm saying, is to show respect.
Yeah.
Because the kids, they want respect, but a lot of adults were like, well, they better respect us. But wait a minute. These children are coming from homes where they're not learning that. So first we have to come outside of ourselves and give them that respect, show them what the respect is, and then they'll be reciprocated unto us, you know. So that was scary, but that's a great testimony. I think it's a great testimony.
It's a scary one, but it's, you know, it is true. It is what it is.
You changed yourself that day too. I mean, you did. You know what I'm saying? To stand up, because a lot of us say, what would I do in that situation? But you actually did the right thing. You actually stood up as a man. So I think, you know, I want to say you showed yourself something in that. And that's what I want the gentlemen out there to understand, that there are times when we just need, actually now, I don't know if you agree with me, but now is a time when we need to just stand up, stand firm, and decide, you know what, no more, not in our community. You know, we're not going to go around trying to always appease different people and do what we think they want us to do. No, we have to do the right thing. Each one of us have to do the right thing, you know, because someone is looking up to us. Someone will look up to us. Someone will hear us, you know, someone will learn from us. But I venture to say we've been cowards here. I mean, we've been cowards, and, you know, unlike you, there are men who have been cowards, you know, and have just worried about themselves. And you can't worry about just yourself. You can't even just worry about your household, you know, and your family, because there's a community, there's something bigger, and it will affect you. Unfortunately, we all will be affected by violence in some form or another, you know. So I know you could speak more to the men about that than I can, you know what I'm saying, being that you are a man. But if you can, like, just, I don't know, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, just can you speak to some of the men out there about some of the steps they can just take, you know, to be on the road to help end violence? You see, I get a little worked up about this.
Right. No. There's this old saying, and I hope I'm gonna say it right, you know, but it says something along the line of, show me a man that will stand for nothing, and I'll show you a man who will fall for anything. You understand? Yeah. And I do have a background in the military, and I chose to be in the military at one point because I was in college. You know, when I got out of college, I was making really good money, what have you. Life was good. But I didn't know how to be a man for, you know, society. And then I didn't have kids at that time. I have my eldest now. He's 16. He was on the way. Well, he was being made or what have you.
Yeah. We get it.
Yeah, know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and I knew that life was gonna be a struggle. Take the easy way out, you know. make that money and hide myself in Milton somewhere or what have you. And what are we going to learn about as black men?
Right.
You know, as a minority. Well, we're not the minority, but
right.
we're called that. You know, what do we learn about our own people? And what about the kids out there who don't have that role model, that father figure? That's part of my job. Now that I've made it to a certain point in my life, part of my job is to go back and say, you know what? I made it to this point.
Right.
I wanted you to make it to that point too.
Wow.
You know, so for all the fathers out there who are comfortable at home, know that there are other kids or other young men and young women, because violence doesn't, you know, choose a gender.
It certainly doesn't.
Right? Step out of your shell. Step out of your comfort zone.
Right.
That's the only way we're going to start taking back our own streets. You know, whether it is in what I do is with the concert, or, you know, have some different kind of forum, you know, invite kids to the park, whatever it is. Talk to them.
That's right.
Talk to them as, you know, your own child. Don't look down on these kids. Because once you start looking down on them in a certain way and said, well, these are outcasts, guess what? That same outcast is going to come and get you.
You're right.
But when you treat them as people and respect them, believe me, the respect is coming back. Not every one of them is going to respect you.
You're right.
But there will be those in the same crowd who will step forward not only to respect you, but to start protecting you.
That's right.
That is what's happening in Dorchester. I know a lot of these kids. I love every last one of them, the bad and the good.
Right.
My son will tell you. I know a lot of people, and I know that because when I respect them, the respect comes back to me. So step out of your shell. Step out of that element that you're used to of just putting these kids aside. Know them in your community.
Right.
Know what's going on, and take them to a different level. Because one day, when you help them, they'll come back and go on. Thank you very much for helping me. I'm thinking one day this young man that walked into my place is going to walk back in.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to tell me exactly. Remember that day when such and such? I apologize.
Right.
And thank you.
And that's so special.
And that's it.
That is. That is it. You know, just, they said each one. Just one. It only really takes one. You think it doesn't. It's cliche to say, but it takes just one.
Of course.
It does.
Of course,
it really,
it does.
Really does.
This
is great. Now, I'm looking at the flyer on the monitor.
Okay.
I like it.
You mean this thing right here?
Yes, the flyer right here. And people, there's no cost. It says it's free.
It's free.
There's absolutely no reason not to come. And they can even take public transportation if need be, can't they?
Right. Could I touch on that?
Oh,
a little bit?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, so the concert's at 661 Washington Street. What we were fighting for is to have part of Washington Street closed this year.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it didn't happen because Ashmont Station will be closed that day. So they're rerouting buses and, you know, just the traffic and what have you. But you can take the bus there.
Okay.
You can't get on the train at Ashmont, but you could get on public and you could actually walk there. Okay. It's going to be a lot of people. We're looking at about 3,000 people.
Wow,
join the festivity, enjoy the music, enjoy friends, family, get to know people in the community, you know, get information today about housing, about health, about violence, whatever. It's going to be there. I'm not saying this is an original thing, you know, that we're the only one who does that, but we are the only one who does it in Codman Square.
Yes.
And we do it for a Codman Square community.
That's
we live there, we shop there, we do it all in Codman Square.
Right.
It's a beautiful place to be, and I love the people there.
Yeah.
So come on out. Yeah,
That's
take
special.
the train. Not the train, but take the bus.
Take the bus, yeah.
Right.
Now, are there some performers that some of us will be familiar with?
Well, there's we have the Garrison family who has been with the event from day one.
Wow.
You know, like Nija. If anyone know, Nija is a very good a very good artist. People say local, but I put them all on an international level because that's what they are to me. They're international. They've been all around, so why not international?
Right.
In the studio today, we have Peter Fine, who's a really good singer, who's international because he's actually from Jamaica, and he's here with me today too. We just did a radio spot earlier, and as they say in Jamaica, you mash up the place, you know?
Yes, all right now.
Oh yeah, I'm Jamaican too. Did I forget to mention that?
You did.
Well, we're born in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Right
now.
All right.
Yeah.
So in mash up the place, we have also for the older crowd, we have from the Platters. What's his name? Tony Fenton. Say. None of us are old enough to know that, right?
So, that's what we say.
So that's why I said for the older crowd.
Yeah.
For the older people, because we're not that old.
Yeah, no.
Right? From the Platters.
Yeah.
You know, the old Motown.
Yes, and
groove
y'all
into.
appreciate that. Yeah.
We might go like this. That's really good song. Is that new?
Right.
Is that some new stuff?
Is that new?
That guy's kind of old to have some.
If it was sample, be like, oh, that's so-and-so song.
That guy.
Oh, he took so-and-so song.
That guy's singing just like Boys to Men. No, there's the original. We're talking original OG.
Nice.
The originals. We have some African groups. Let me tell you, we have an array of people on stage. Mama Do. We got Jaja drummers. We got John I. You know, which is Jarif. If you know Jarif, good acoustics. We got some really good stuff going on. It's like at a salad bar. You know, there's just different things to take from, and it's gonna be very, very beautiful.
Be there.
It's gonna be very beautiful. We have 105.3, which is gonna be playing lots of DJs. We got Dbass.
Yes.
You know, we could talk about Dbass, but let's not.
Yes,
right?
That's right. We'll just say like this: shout out to Dbass.
Shout out to Dbass. You know, in Dbass Studios.
You say it better. I gotta
Yeah,
get that down.
that's the Jamaican thing.
Yeah, I like that. Do it again.
Shout out to DBS, not the DBS Studios, eh?
Yes. Okay, that's enough for him. Go on. Just kidding.
A lot of vendors. I wish I had all the names, but we're gonna have so many vendors there.
Right.
I gotta say, Deborah, who puts the vendors together every year, has been doing a wonderful job, and it's just growing. The artists put together by Karen Empress K, and she just picks just some beautiful people and put them together. If we had more time, we could do it for 2 days.
Wow.
You know, that's how much artists they are.
You know, that's a goal.
I love it. I wish I could sing a song. You know?
Who says you can't?
I just said I can't.
Oh, you said
I know my limits.
Oh, you're saying you wish you could, but you.
But I would not do that because I know my limits. You know,
darn,
I know my limits. I won't do that.
Good to know your limits. Sometimes
you know?
it is good.
Right. So are you going to be at the event?
I am.
Had to do that.
Yes.
So she said yes. So
I will definitely be there. Yes,
okay.
I'll definitely be there. Looking a little different, of course.
I'll probably look tore up.
No, I don't think you could ever look torn up. I don't think so. No.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I mean, you're tired now, and you still look fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no, wait, no. I look fabulous. You look handsome or awesome. Yeah.
You look Chris. You look Chris. Yeah, that's my name too. And people say, "Oh, you look Chris."
Yeah,
you know that's a Jamaican thing.
I love it. It is.
Yeah.
But every time I see you, you look Chris.
Chris, yeah.
Yeah, you look Chris
me.
every time I see you. Yes. He's getting a kick out of this over there.
You look Chris, boy. You look Chris. But I'm very excited about the whole thing. You know, again, going into the 6th year, just show that this is
great.
This is grounded. It's rooted. It's there to stay.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to the 7th year because it's gonna be bigger. And I look forward to the 8th year. If God allows us all to be there, you know, it's gonna be a killer.
Oh, yeah.
I should mention too, for those who love cars.
Oh.
If you love cars, I'm to guarantee you, if you're into cars, you need to be at this show.
Ooh.
You could ask me why.
Why is that?
Okay. I have 10 classic cars.
Oh, really?
10 antique cars.
Oh, I love antique cars.
And I'm not talking miniatures either.
Yeah, no. Not the miniature ones.
No, not the miniature ones you could put in your pocket.
Okay.
These bad boys will not fit in your pocket.
Wow. People don't know that I love antique cars.
Well, if you love antique cars, we're gonna give you the wow factor.
Ooh.
There's 10 of them that's gonna be there, and they're gonna be on display. Again, just showing this is something we give to the community that's not normal.
Right.
Right? A little out of the normal, other than just going to a show and yay.
Yeah,
no, we want to give you
than
wow.
usual.
You know?
Yeah.
We need these things. We want to show the community that we could have these things.
Right.
Right? We could appreciate them.
Yes.
And not hide them away in boxes. So come on out if you want to see 10 classic cars, 10 wonderful antique cars. You want to take pictures, buy them.
You gonna tell us one? Can you give us a hint of one, or tell us just one?
The hint is there'll be 10.
Okay, Chris. Okay. I'm gonna get you for that one.
Yeah, there'll be.
Y'all heard me say that. I'm gonna get them for that one.
How about you want to take
Mean
a picture?
face.
You could take a picture in all of them. Right?
Yay.
Then you could put my car on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I can't give
I may
it.
snatch you for one of the pictures on the car, so
That's fine.
Don't be shocked if I do. Take a
that's-
picture with me.
That's fine. That's not an issue.
Wow.
But I just
That's
want everyone to come
awesome.
out, enjoy themselves, and appreciate the whole entire day going
Right.
into the fall. You know, get prepared for whatever events in the fall that's coming up.
Right.
You know, like Thanksgiving and
Yes.
Christmas and all that.
And Halloween.
And
okay.
we're not into Halloween, believe it or not. But okay, I'll say Halloween.
Okay. I just like to dress up.
Okay. You can dress up any day, don't you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right.
You can wear a costume any day you want to.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different show.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, because I was just. Yeah, that's another show. Like
Yeah.
when we go off air. Yeah, I have a story.
I'll accept the story off here. Yes.
Yeah, another show.
Yeah.
So, please remind everybody the date and the time and the location.
Okay. Again, if you want to come out and close out the summer with a beautiful, beautiful show up at 661 Washington Street, Dorchester. That's the center of Codman Square. The date, September 8th. Don't be late. It's from 10 in the morning until 7 at night. It was supposed to be for 6, but I'm going to head downtown tomorrow again to City Hall and extend the hour extend the date for at least another hour, because we have so many artists that we have to get on stage. We have who am I missing? I'm missing names, but we have a lot of artists that's gonna be there. Really good artists, international. Every last one of them. You know, check out the flyer. It's gonna be on the website.
Yes. Oh, and the website is.
It is oneheartfestival.com. www.oneheartfestival.com. And you could always come to Lorenz Island Cuisine in Codman Square, and we'll get you all the information you need.
And the address for Lorenz Island Cuisine?
Lorenz Island Cuisine is located at 657 Washington Street, Dorchester, Mass. And we had just gotten an award for #1 jerk chicken in Boston.
That's
the best jerk chicken in Boston.
High five. That's awesome. Good job.
Right. And you can also see me on, we did a couple of cooking shows. So go online. You can check out, go to Lorenz Island Cuisine, LORENZ ISLAND KUISINE. People spell cuisine with a C.
C, but you spell it with a K.
I have issues.
Oh.
So we spell it with a K.
We're not even mad at you about
Don't be
that.
mad at me, please.
Not at all. Now, you said oneheartfestival.com. One is spelled out?
ONE.
Okay.
ONE festival.com.
Wonderful.
One heart. One ticker.
Mm-hmm.
Festival.com. I like to do a special shout out to my son Lorenz, who's here with me.
Yes.
He's been working at the restaurant. He is 16 years old, and he's heading back to Boston Latin next week on the
Boston
6th.
Latin School or Latin Academy?
Boston Latin School.
Oh,
He is down there by the fens.
well,
Yes.
I had never. BLA, Primisum Manoles Sumus. That's all right here. But okay.
I have no idea what you're talking
good
about.
Job. Good
But
job.
sure, I
What
say.
grade?
He's going
Put
into
him
11th.
out there.
I know. He's heading into 11th grade.
Wow. Good job.
And he's actually, I could put him out there too. He's a world traveler. At
Is he?
16, he's been there and back. He's heading to Spain. Huh? Do you want to come in here, Lorenz?
Would you like to come in? Come say hi to the people.
Come say hi. This is one of my boss. My 4-year-old is the boss. But
Oh, okay. Hi, Lorenz, you can use my microphone.
Hi guys.
You know what? Why don't you tell us what it means, how you feel about your father doing something like this?
Well, I like to see my father do things that help. It inspires me. Like when I grow up, I want to do things similar to what he's doing and help out with the community and be more involved. Like instead of just sitting around and do what I do and then that's it, and do it for my family. That's it.
That's right. Oh, that's awesome. Good job. You did a great job with him.
you know,
did.
he actually wrote a book like when you was in, I don't remember how long ago.
A book?
But here's what he wrote the book about.
What's that?
Ask him.
Oh, what did you write a book about?
I don't remember.
Yeah, right.
I don't remember.
He wrote a book about his hero.
Oh, and who was his hero?
Some crazy guy named his father.
Really?
I still have that book.
That
And-
is great.
Yeah. So you see, I have to step up to the plate and do these
Yes.
things for him.
Yes.
But
That's awesome.
he'll be stepping out next year, heading to Spain for a while. So
Nice. Yeah, your dad said you have traveled. Any other places you've been?
I've been to Costa Rica, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, the Bahamas,
Jamaica?
I should have said that first. Mexico,
DR.
Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Wow. I've been in a lot of Central America.
He sing, you know that song, I've Been Many Places, man?
Yeah, you have. Oh my goodness. I've been to Boston. No. Okay, a couple other states. We don't need to get into that. Yeah. Wow, that is great. Well, I want you to keep doing, which I know you will, but I just want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. You know, keep looking up to your father. He's a great role model. You are blessed. You're definitely blessed, you know, and I believe you know that. So that's really important. And you've already made your father proud. Look at him. He's beaming. And I know you'll continue doing that. Yeah, good job.
Of course. It's always important, you know, to let them know that they're doing good jobs.
You're right.
Because he could be out there doing the same exact thing. You know, he could end up in jail or, you know, or the other
Unfortunately,
side, you know.
You're right.
So as a father and as a man, even if he wasn't my son, and he'll tell you there are a lot of boys I talk to,
that's
you
good.
know, because they could be other places.
Wow.
You know.
You're right about that. You're right about that. So we've got to come to a close because I know Lorenz has to get some sleep. I know Chris has to get some sleep.
Tired.
He is tired, but he was so gracious and good to come here and, you know, be on the show this morning. So we do appreciate that. In conjunction with what you said, I like to encourage anyone that has Xfinity cable out there to watch a movie that I just learned about, and it's called Courageous. And you remind me of a couple of the gentlemen in this movie. They've actually stood up and they took a pledge of what type of fathers and men they were going to be. So this is where it starts. You know, we can continue this and we continue to the end of our lives to help stop the violence. That's what it's about, and help nurture our beautiful young people. You see a great shining example right here, and you see what having a great father figure and a great man that you can look up to can definitely accomplish in a young person's life. So with that, I'm going to say thank you so very much for watching.
Thank you.
Loving you all for watching. Mwah. You have anything else you'd like to say?
Oh, I'd like to thank the studio. I'd like to thank you for having me here.
You're so very
I'd
welcome.
like to definitely thank D-Bass
Definitely.
Productions. Is that what it's called?
Yes,
Okay.
it is D-Bass Productions.
For just having us here, giving us this opportunity to reach out to everyone, across the globe
Yes.
in here in Boston. So
That's
thank you once
right.
again. Show up to the One Heart Festival, and
Definitely.
we'll definitely give you a show.
That's it. And I'm looking forward to it. And I hope I see a lot of your faces out there. Would you like to say anything? Y'all set? All right. Y'all have a good morning. Thanks for watching. Ciao.
Olox Production. Welcome to the are you coming to the party? Are you coming with me tonight? I can take you to the party. Everything is gonna be alright.
Up it on the shelf, Guinness up on the shelf, champagne up on the shelf, my boy up on the shelf, get something on the shelf, and drink till the bench. Remember, can I remake you walk and talk with yourself? John was short in your body, look right, get dressed by 12, cause we a party tonight. Boom, we have a party until the club done. After that we go home, we lock down, we rub down.
Shawty,
Come here.
are you coming to the party? Are you coming with me tonight? Shawty, I can take you to the party. Everything is gonna be alright. Pop champagne in the club, anywhere in the club.
Peter Fine said.
Have no fear in the club, I'll be there in the club.